I wanted to take a moment and talk about some of the more frequently asked questions that I get from the Ultimate Reset. Some of you are very curious as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and how it works and what do you need to do and how is it going to affect your life and the rest. So, I am a full-time employed professional. I have 2 boys that are 8 and 5 half the time, and I have my own business with Beachbody. So life, as you can imagine, is busy. So questions that come around with how much time does it take to food prep? It's a commitment, but I don't think it's an unreasonable commitment. Greg and I will take an hour, hour and a half on Sunday, try to prep as much in advance for that week as we can, and then the night before try to do as much prep for the next day. So maybe an hour and a half on Sundays and maybe 20 minutes each night before. That way that morning, which is always crazy in most households, can be a little more calm because you don't have as much to do. How do I work outside of the home and do it? Well, that requires a lot of Tupperware. So we have a lot of Tupperware, and just take it with and either eat it out of the Tupperware or dump it on a plate or bowl when I get to my office. Microwaves are not recommended during reset, so I just get okay with eating it cold, and it really doesn't affect me too much overall. Paper plates are your friend. We have not purchased any yet this round. Last round we did paper plates and we were doing dishes, running the dishwasher 1 to 2 times a day, so that's still definitely consistent of running it 1 or 2 times a day without having paper plates. So I would encourage you to consider that. Water. Water is a big deal. Water, you can only drink certain types of water and you can't drink other types of water, so we invested in a pure water filter system that hooks up to our kitchen faucet. So we will, I will fill my water from the pure attachment on the sink, add the Mineralize, off I go. I also will fill a big igloo type cooler and take that to work with me, and then add the Mineralize as I take from the cooler. A good set of knives will make your life so much easier during reset. There is a lot of chopping, a lot of prep work, so a good set of knives will help you tremendously, as will a blender or a Cuisinart food processor, whatever you have around. The blender works great for making the dressings, so I would encourage you, if you have one, you don't need to make a major investment in this, people, so don't make yourself crazy about going out and buying some Vitamix, whatever. Just get some kind of blender that will blend stuff up. You're just making dressing. But what else? The cost of groceries. I have a list that I'm reading from. Cost of groceries is another question. It depends on how healthy your lifestyle is to begin with. When we started Reset last year, our first week's grocery bill was pushing $300. It was between $250 and $300. This was for the 2 of us for every single meal and snack for 7 days. Keep that in mind. You're not eating out, you're not making pit stops, you're not doing other things. So it was $300 legit dollars-ish for 2 people for every meal for 7 days. We had to buy a lot of stuff we didn't have, a lot of oils and vinegars and spices and just different things. This round, our first grocery bill was around $75 for the week. So that's about $50 to $75 a week for 1 or sometimes 2 people, depending on how creative you get with your veggies. So if you have other questions that I have not addressed here, please feel free to ask me. Oh, a couple other things. Sorry. Sleep. People on reset typically sleep so much better when they are on reset. They will get the same number of hours of sleep, but their sleep is often more deep. As the toxins release, which is typically days 4, 5, and 6, day 5 here, muscle soreness often comes with it. When the toxins release, it comes out in muscle soreness and in fatigue, so there are some days that are harder than others to get through, so be aware of that. Some people will break out as they're all over their body. Some people, their skin will start to slough off. It just depends on how the toxins are stored and how your body chooses to let them go. Overall, this is an amazing experience. This is incredible. I'm finally recognizing how it feels to be hungry again. I've shut that mechanism off inadvertently through my lifestyle, so I've forgotten what that trigger is to make me go eat. Getting comfortable in the kitchen, remembering what great food will do for your body, because food is fuel. So if you feed your body well, your body's going to respond well. So anyhow, okay, now I'll close it. Questions, comments, feedback, you know I love them.